Alright, hey guys, Airsoft Guy 321, and I'm going to do a review on the Tokyo Marui High Cycle AUG. Now, what you'll get from the package is a foregrip, the magazine, iron sights, a orange flash hider, a black flash hider, and then a thread extensor so you can put silencers, amps, anything like that that's too bulky to fit in this one little area between the rail and the top of the top rail. Now, I got this on eBike for $348. Now, the original price for it is $410. What I did is I used a coupon code that was 20% off, and it got me a great deal for this gun. So, moving on. Now, the magazine it comes with is a 330 high cap magazine. This I have right now is a Star, about 150, 160 round mid cap. Feeds perfectly, so if you're going to get this gun, always get Star AUG mags, because King Arms won't feed that well on full auto. These feed perfectly with no hitches, no misfeeds or anything. Now, it has 3 rails, one at the bottom here, one on the side, and then one on the top. This top rail you can fit literally anything on. I was able to fit a giant ballistic scope on it. That was about from the end of this rail to this rail, and I was able to fit the entire thing easily. Then the side rail, I guess you can put like lasers or flashlights or whatever, and then the bottom one, flashlights, lasers, foregrips. This foregrip came with it. It's very nice. I don't know why Tokyo Marui did this, but it says for only their guns, so I guess they're being a little prejudiced. But anyways, on the other side, it has a pressure switch nozzle, or not kind of a nozzle, a hole, so where you can take out this tab, then you can put a pressure switch in here, and that'd be pretty neat, pretty easy to use. Then, what else is there? On the side, you'll find the charging handle. It is functional, you can lock it back. Now, this is where you access your hop-up chamber. Now, this is a TM hop-up, so these are pretty legendary. They are ridiculous at giving you range. I'm getting 200 feet with a 2.5 on 280 FPS, so that's pretty good. But you can switch it over. It is accessible on the left side. Now, what you want to do if you want to be on the left side, you can take out this rubber tab right here. Not gonna do it. It's kind of hard, and I have no fingernails. And you can switch to the other side or just leave it off. For the reason that this is on here for the real steel one is to tell which side you want the bullpup to fire out of. So if you're righty, you want this on the left side so shells don't fly in your face on the real one. But anyways, this gun is full plastic. Now, don't get discouraged because it's plastic, because this is TM. They make high quality guns out of plastic. That's in what their entire gun line is. It's all plastic. But anyways, the real AUG is plastic. Now, what is not plastic is pretty much the body pin, the sling mount, and the screws and the side rail right here. That's pretty much all I can think that is metal. The iron sights are plastic. I don't really like them that much. I just had them on here to show you guys what they come with. They come with these sights. Don't like them very much. It's a post and a pin. So you put your line of sight through this little divot right here and line it up with this post. I don't really need these anyways, but I'd rather get nice sights that look good on this gun, but it's whatever. This lower rail, pretty much put anything on. Now, the reason I like these AUGs is because you can interchange the barrel length. Now, this is extremely easy to do, especially if you want to switch out hop-ups. This is your entire hop-up unit and the barrel. You can switch out hop-up units and the barrel on the fly pretty easily in the field. You don't really need to take an entire gun apart, flip a switch, and switch barrels. Now, the way I did this is you want to pull the charging handle back and lock it in, and then this tab right here, you push it towards the rail, and this rail is able to slide, and you pull it out. That's pretty much it. This hop-up is amazing, like I've said. Just slide it back in, turn it to the side, turn it down. Now, I need to tell you about this charging handle. It is 2 pieces. I don't know if you can see the seam, but it's 2 pieces. that are held in by one pin and plastic clips. I don't trust this because it's already fallen me before and I've had to go out into Vanguard and find the pieces for it. Unlike my other AUG, which is over there, it has a screw holding the two pieces together, which I would much rather trust. But anyways, now if you want to, like switch these out, switch these upper receivers out for another one, like you can switch out for A1, you push out this pin right here. It comes out. It pretty much is a retaining pin. Just don't push it out all the way. And so this piece comes out like that. Here's your upper receiver. Here's your lower receiver. This is your hop up, your charging handle, pretty much all the rails. And then here is your lower receiver. The lower receiver houses the gearbox, obviously, and the battery. So all you have to do is just reverse everything back together. Slide it back in, make sure everything is nice and fit there. Now, let me move on to where the battery's housed. Now, this butt plate right here, you can easily remove it. What I usually use, which makes it a lot easier, just take the bottom and just take off from side. Now, this is very hard to take off, very hard to put on, which is a good thing because it won't fall out on the field. Now, it comes with a standard Tamiya plug, but I Deansed it because all my lipos are Deans and I don't really feel like switching any of them. But it can fit a 8.4 and a 7.4 lipo. I usually use 7.4 lipos because you get power of a 9.6 and 8.4 size. Now this butt plate's a little hard to get on and off. Anyways, there are trademarks on this side. I don't know if you can see them, but it says Tokyo Marui, made in Japan, and then it has a serial number and some Japanese letters on the dust cover of the shell ejection site. Now, this is the entire gun. The sling mounts are right here. You can switch the sling mount from the left side to the right side, but I would not trust this because on my other AUG, this sling mount fell off in the first few days of using it. So what I would do if you get this gun is to get the M16 or the P90 styled stock slings that go around right here, and they're much more reliable than I would trust this one to be. That's almost pretty much about it, and you can take this rail off if you wanted to. All you do is just take off the upper receiver, take out the barrel, and there will be 3 screws that will be holding this in. Take out those screws, pull this off, put the screws back in the rail so you don't lose the screws, and then slap the barrel back in, put the upper receiver back on the lower receiver, and it looks pretty good to be a CQB gun. I mean, not really going to need rails unless you want, like, holographic sights or iron sights if you wanted to. But anyways, pretty much that's the gun. And I know, Nick, you're going to be watching this. This is not a bullpup piece of shit. This is a bullpup piece of beauty. Okay? Now, the selector switch. White means to the full right, and the white means it's on safe. All the way to the left, and red means you're on fire. Now, the standard AUG, the Real Steel one, and all other ones that are on the airsoft market have the Real Steel function of half pull, semi, full pulls auto. Now, what Tokyo Marui did was a pretty innovative idea and put a slot in the middle. Now, this makes it so it's only semi. It's semi only, so it's still at half pull, but it locks out on full auto, so you can't pull the trigger back to go to full auto. It's still on semi though. So that's pretty innovative if your field, like Vanguard, only does semi-only games for the majority of the time, so you don't accidentally switch to full auto. Because this thing on full auto goes around 30 views a second on a 7.4 lipo, which is not fun. And if you want to watch the video of Nick and I defending a barn and the full auto this thing has, is the rate of fire is ridiculous. Now, it is only 280 FPS. Now, it's not just because of the gun, the size of it, is because of Japanese law. Now, in Japan, they have a certain limit that you can only have on your airsoft guns. So that means most of their guns shoot under 300. Even their outdoor rifles, like their VSR-10, I know only shoots around 270. Pretty much that's it. So for this small of a gun, you're getting a very short gun with the same amount of barrel as a M4. Now, it shoulders very comfortably. Feels very nice in the shoulder. It's easy to sight in, easy to sight out. It's pretty easy to handle. It's nice and light. You can run it around pretty easily. And I like this. Now, if you're using AUG mags, these can fit in M4 mags, mag pouches. These can fit in the pouches for M4s. Now, what you need to do is find a pouch that does not have seams at the very end where the top of it is, because this hook right here, that is where the it catches on the mag catch. This hooks onto that seam, and it makes it kind of difficult to pull out. But if like you're in the heat of battle and you need to pull your mag out really, really quickly, what I do if it gets stuck, I just roll it out, and that works. But if you can find mag pouches that won't catch on the seam, that don't have a really big seam for this to catch on. But anyways, the magazine release is right here. It's this little tab. Pretty much what I do is when I'm playing, is I push my thumb here, and then I just pull out with my fingers. And putting them back in is pretty simple. Clicks in like that. You kind of want to rock it in like an AK. It's not like a straight and simple one. It could be if you wanted to, you know, make the mags loose. Now, these Star magazines don't wobble really much, but I don't think in AUG mags you don't need to worry about the wobbling because of this hook. So like in M4s, I know that some M4s, their mags will get loose and you have to push the mag in to fire it. That never happens. Now, the high cap it comes with, I don't know if it's just mine or it happens to everyone, but at certain times, it's really picky with BBs. I don't know why, but it'll do a shoot then a miss. So every other BB is a miss. So it'll shoot, miss, shoot, miss. I don't know if it's the mag being picky or if it's the piston and the air nozzle moving too fast for the BB to shoot up. But with these mid caps and King Arm mid caps, they feed perfectly in semi. But these Star mags are the only ones that will feed perfectly on full auto. The King Arm's mags will skip, but these Star mags feed perfectly. I know they're kind of hard to find, but if you do, buy them before they're all out. That's pretty much it on the Tokyo Marui AUG. I might do an internal review of the gearbox if you guys wanted me to. Just I need a little more subscriptions, need a little more comments, likes. So if you want to see more videos like this one, just subscribe, like, comment, and message me if you want more of these. So this is Airsoft Guy 321 signing off.